The Garden Report is powered by Prize Picks, the exclusive daily fantasy partner of the CLNS Media Network.
Hey, Bobby Manning here. Welcome to a practice edition of the Garden Report. Celtics and Heat practice inside Kaseya Center here in Miami between games 3 and 4. We heard from both coaches, bunch of players coming out of the defensive grind out win for Boston in that game 3. The Heat disappointed by that result. You felt some frustration from both Duncan Robinson and Kevin Love. Robinson's case, not playing, only 7 minutes because of injury, something that just continues to nag him, and now even less time between games, probably not going to help him recover. He had said previously in this series that he's going to need a long time to recover, not just a day or two between games to actually get back to 100%. So that's probably not a guy you're going to count on. It looks like DeLon Wright could be back for game 4 tomorrow here, though. So that'll be a huge plus after the Celtics bench effectively dominated the Heat, and Caleb Martin, Spoelstra to some degree, not as much, gave credit to that group for sparking Boston. We talked to Payton Pritchard as well, who talked about a tense moment between himself, Caleb Martin, after Tyler Hero threw the ball at Sam Hauser. Here's what he had to say. Where you were kind of going back and forth with, I think it was Caleb there. What kind of inspired you to step up and say something there?
I mean, it's just the competitiveness of the game. He threw the ball at Sam. Obviously, I'm going to be there for my teammate like we all are, and it got a little chippy, but I've never been one to back down from any situation. So that's kind of the fun part of the game, though. So I don't think it's nothing like crazy. Like, it's not like we have like hatred necessarily like off the court, but like when we're on the hardwood, it's, we're going to war.
So I thought that was the story of the game, and it continues to be the story of this late Celtics regular season and early postseason run is Payton Pritchard's play. Good to see him back on the board, shooting the ball, defending, playing winning stretches in these games. Effectively as Boston's 7th man. I think that's a position he's stapled down at this point. And for him to be a guy who's speaking vocally up for his teammates in those tense situations in this physical series where that toughness is going to decide at least a game or two here, as it did for Miami in game 2, along with the shooting, and especially for Boston in that game 3. To get that from your bench is a real plus, especially when you're going against a Heat team that doesn't really have one, given all the injuries and absences for them. So if that continues, if the defensive intensity continues, and the Celtics see an improvement in the shooting off 29% in game 3, this could be a 5-game series like many predicted, but tomorrow's the key one. Can't let Miami force another game here, which they would with a win in game 4. We'll have coverage of all of that shoot around as well tomorrow, I'd assume. And Terry Rozier, his case still day to day. So could he appear in this series any given day? That would obviously be a huge boost, but Eric Spoelstra, pretty tight to the vest with that again here today. Said he'll let us know when something new happens on that front. It's still hard to imagine him coming back into this series despite not knowing much about what that ailment is. But that was the practice latest today, Sunday from Miami. I'm Bobby Manning. Check out our great sponsors here and our coverage on Celtics All Access and CLNS Media for all the interviews from today. This has been a practice edition of the Garden Report.
Testing my skills on Prize Picks this season is the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $1,000 with just a few taps. Use the code CLNS for the first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
Hey, Bobby Manning here. If you made it this far, you probably enjoyed this video, so subscribe, turn on notifications, and check out our social media platforms at Celtics CLNS